If you've ever Googled how to make money online, you've probably been hit by crypto, drop shipping, surveys, affiliate marketing, all of those kind of things. All with huge promises of making millions of pounds, but with no actual result. But what if I told you there's a method that's been around for years that requires no following, no ads, no risk, and a lot of people are making well over £1,000 a month from it. If you haven't guessed already, it's called matched betting, and in this video I'm going to break down exactly how much money you can make from it. Whether you're a complete beginner or you have a bit of experience already, hopefully this video will be useful in gauging how much money you can make from it. Hi, my name's Joe and I've been matched betting for a few years now, and I'm also the co-owner of a Discord group that teaches people matched betting as well. So I'm going to break down this video into different parts of matched betting that you can make money from, and then at the end I'll probably give a total amount. So let's imagine you've done no matched betting before, and maybe you haven't even signed up to any bookmakers, or you've only signed up to a couple of bookmakers. The first thing you're going to always start with is sign-up offers. If you didn't know already, lots of bookmakers offer sign-up promotions to try and get you to sign up to their site. So it might be bet £10, get £30 in free bets. And using matched betting, we can convert these into guaranteed profit. That's not if something happens you're going to make profit, it's guaranteed profit. Now I have loads of videos explaining this in detail, how to actually do it, and like walkthroughs of it as well, but in principle it works by using something called a lay bet, and a lay bet is just a bet against something happening. So you bet on one thing, Arsenal to win, you lay against it, so Arsenal not to win, and because you've covered all sides you can't lose any money. But if you use free bets, you can make money and lock in guaranteed profit with this technique. I'm going through that really quickly. I'm not going to be able to explain it in detail because that's not the point of this video. It's about how much money you can make, but that's the basic principle. Now there are loads of bookies that offer sign-up offers, a load that you wouldn't have ever even heard of. And if you go through all of the sign-up offers on all of the bookmakers, or at least the trusted ones, you can make well over £800 in guaranteed profit. I would say you can make well over £1,000 in profit, but some of the sign-up offers as you get further down the line get more tricky and the profit becomes slightly less. So if you have got more time, you probably could make over £1,000, but definitely over £800 in guaranteed profit. So when you start, that's pretty nice. It's just repeating the same process over and over again and making use of those bonuses and those sign-up offers. Now annoyingly for me, a lot of people just stop there and they make their £800, £1,000 in profit, and they think that's the end of the road for matched betting. I've got all I can from my account and I'll just stop there, which I guess is fair enough if you just wanted to make £800 to £1,000 and call it quits. Fair enough, it's a lot of money, but there's so much more to matched betting than that. And what I'm talking about here is reload offers, and reload offers are just offers you can do on a repeat basis. There's loads of different reload offers. I've explained them in other videos. You've got boost, 2-ups, ARBs, like special offers like bet and get offers, similar to the sign up offers but just on a repeat basis. Like casino offers, so many other offers, all using slightly different techniques, but most of them all use the same back and lay sort of thing. And I would say realistically you can make upwards of £1,000 a month from reload offers if you're ready to dedicate enough time to it. If you really don't have that much time from it, even if you've got sort of 20 minutes, half an hour a night, you can be making easily a few £100s a month. I'd say much more than that, especially if you're in some sort of a service that finds all the profitable offers for you, like my group Matched Betting Empire. You could literally just do it for 15 minutes a night and just see all the profitable things, put them all on before kick-off in the football match or whatever that's on in the evening, and be up hundreds if not thousands of pounds every month. So if you haven't started match betting and you're thinking about starting, one important reminder is that once you've done the sign-up offers, it's not over. You can make so much more profit on a consistent basis. Reload offers tend to pick up around big events, and there's big sporting events all year. You've got horse racing festivals, you've got massive football tournaments, you've got the Premier League, which is really big, loads of different sport tournaments, tennis, golf, all of those things are really good for reload offers, so it's never really going to dry up, to be honest. Another type of reload offer that is particularly profitable is something called casino offers. Now, although casino offers don't really use a back and a lay because you're not placing bets on sports, you can still make a lot of great profit from it. I've just made a video about this a couple of weeks ago, and it's all about leveraging casino sign-up offers and reload offers. So stake £10 and get 200 free spins. You're going to make money on average if you do that kind of offer. It uses something called EV, which is an important concept, so if you are looking to do casino offers, I'd go and watch that video. It's very useful. But yeah, casino offers are sort of their own separate thing, and you can make easily over £1,000 a month from them. I know people that just do casino offers, and yeah, they make over £1,000 a month. Similar to the sports signups, there are a load of casino signups that you can go through, and I'd say at least £500 in profit from those signups. But again, you can make money on a consistent basis if you've got the time for it. Now, the only thing with these reload offers is if you do a lot of them over time, the chance of you getting restricted does increase inevitably. Now, there are steps you can take to reduce this, and you can definitely prolong the life of your accounts much longer, if not indefinitely, I've got accounts that I've had for years that are still going. Now, restrictions are probably inevitable for you at some point in your match betting journey. You are going to experience it. As I said, you can reduce the risk, and by not doing things like arbing and arbitrage betting, which are sort of different versions of match betting, you can definitely reduce the risk, and match betting is so much better than arbitrage betting and stuff like that. So stick to match betting. We have a full guide on maintaining account health and trying to avoid restrictions in the premium group if you're interested. But you can move to something called multi-accounting. Now, I haven't made a video about multi-accounting. I have been meaning to, but I've been sort of thinking about the best way to go about it because it is a difficult subject to talk about. There are sort of, I guess, blurred lines in terms of legality with different ways you can do it. So I guess I've just been putting off, I guess. Briefly, multi-accounting is basically where you use friends or relatives' details to sign up to bookmakers. Now, as I said, I'm going to try and make another video on this, but the main thing I would say is just do your own research, and it doesn't come without risk. Also, another main one is don't use random people's details or buy random people's details online. That's just a big no-no. If you were going to do it, I would always try and use like a close family member, and always make sure you have their permission and you've explained to them exactly what you're going to do. I'll link an article about multi-accounting down below that I think would be good to look over. But what I would say is match betting can be very profitable without multi-accounting. You can still make great money on a monthly basis just using your own accounts. At an estimate, if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say you'd be able to make around £10,000 with your own set of accounts. That's including all the sign-up offers and reload offers if you did them on a consistent basis. I think you'd be able to make at least £10,000 just from that if you did it over a long enough time. It might take different times depending on how much you put into it, whether you're putting in a lot of time every night or just a little bit. It could take a year or two, it might take 3 or 4 years. But you know, for a side hustle, it's really not that bad. If you've got your main income, which is a job, and you're just doing this on the side, it really is a lovely boost. Now, with the multi-accounting thing, if you think you can make £10,000 from one set of accounts, then obviously you can times that, and if you had 2 accounts, then you could make £20,000 potentially. But as I said, it doesn't come without risk, so make sure you do your own research. So if you are unsure, I would just say avoid it and just stick with your own accounts. So to conclude, how much money can you actually make from matched betting? If you're just going to do the sign-up offers, I'd say that probably caps out at around £1,000 profit, £800 to £1,000 in profit. If you're going to do reload offers and continue doing it on a consistent basis, then over time, I would say around £9,000, let's say. So on average, let's say between £800 and £1,000 a month if you're doing it for a year. So let's just say £9,000. So in total, that's £10,000, and that includes casino offers. Then obviously you've got things like multi-accounting if you've weighed up the risks, and that can increase your profits by the number of sets of accounts that you have access to. Obviously, being in the match betting space for a long time, you do hear of a lot of people that do have a lot of sets of accounts, and they make it their full-time job, and they can earn a lot of money from match betting with that many accounts, and obviously being able to scale it by that much, to the point where they don't need to have a job. Match betting is their full-time job. But I'm not telling you to do this and get 20 sets of accounts. In my opinion, there's a big difference between using a close family member's details and buying accounts of people you don't know. Obviously, avoid the second one completely, but both have risks, so make sure you've understood the risk first before you do it. That's all I would say. As I said, I will try and collect everything properly and put together a video explaining it all, so look out for that in the future. So there we go. I hope that's been a bit insightful into how much money you can make from match betting. It is a brilliant side hustle. You don't need any physical products, no ads, there's no risk, there's no drop shipping product. I have to get a winning product to make money. It's literally just linear. The more time you put in, the more money you're going to make, and that's all it is, which is brilliant, I think. Especially if you like sports and stuff. You don't really need to like sports either. I like football. I'm not particularly a die-hard football fan, but I just like making money and making profit. I think it's a great thing to do, especially if you've got something going on. Maybe you're a student, or maybe you have a full-time job. It's great to add on as a side hustle, and who knows where it could go in the future. I obviously have made my own group now, and I'm making money from that as well, which has been life-changing, to be honest. So if you're on the fence about starting, I'd just say go for it. It's not for everyone, but it could make a massive difference in your life. It definitely has for me. Not trying to get cringe or anything, but it really has. So yeah, hopefully this sort of showed that you can make great money from match betting. It's not just the sign-up offers. That's the main thing, really. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.